You know more than I do because I don't follow them.
Well, you don't follow your brother on Instagram?
No.
Why not?
We have differences, that personal reasons why I don't deal with him and his so-called wife.
Okay.
You know, I have not put out my response yet on my husband's detention hearing, but I am not okay.
Yo, this loose cannon thing keep getting more bizarre by the day. We're going to hear from his brother, his so-called wife, and Wack. What's the real story with all those charges or not his charges? Let's get to it.
Going on. As of right now, when it comes to loose cannon situation, all we know that's going on, these are the things we know about loose cannon situation. He's named in the Big U Rico as one of like 7, 8. Boom. His name is alleged robbery supposed to happen at a dispensary. Boom. We know there's no wiretap information. There's no repetitive interaction with the rest of the people that's named on the RICO as far as we see, because all we can go off of is what's in Big U's paperwork. There's nothing repetitive to where he's involved in this, he's involved in that. He's on this wiretap, he's on this wiretap. We don't see none of that. We do know his bail was denied. Yes, from what we understand, the no jumper incident was brought up in his bail hearing. It was said that there was a police report filed, and I believe this was used to get his bail denied. We don't know if there's a police report filed. I believe I'm correct. His attorney said that he hasn't seen one. So based upon, we don't know if it's a police report filed. We don't know if any charges is being brought for that, right? We do know it was about 20, I want to say 20 different counts that they was using against him when it came to his bail hearing. And I believe 18 of them was stricken and said to be his twin brother.
Real quick, this is what Luce Cannon's girlfriend had to say about the brother's charges versus Luce's charges. And you won't believe that only 10% are really loose. Let's get to it.
You know, I have not put out my response yet on my husband's detention hearing, but I am not okay with y'all going around spinning the narrative that my husband is a snitch. If he was a snitch, he'd be out today. Stop with the nonsense. Stop with the nonsense. His attorney said the arrest record is invalid. Some of those things belong to his brother. Cannon never snitched on nobody. It's called facts.
Now at the time, I'm gonna be real. Keep it real, you know. When I ask a man something, he tell me his answer, I go off that. I don't be having time to research when it comes to certain shallow. So, you know, when I'm reading the paperwork and seeing all these things, I'm thinking it's him. I didn't know he had a twin. I know people say he had a twin and all this, and it was rumored that he had a twin. And, you know, when I asked him, he said it wasn't his twin, and they was 10 years apart. I guess kind of find out that actually was his twin. It looked like their names are very similar. And
You know more than I do because I don't follow them.
Well, you don't follow your brother on Instagram?
No.
Why not?
We have differences, that personal reasons why I don't deal with him and his so-called wife.
Okay.
I don't know if they confused him. I don't know if his twin brother was using this. I don't know what it. Regardless of the fact, 18 of the 20 things got stricken. I guess it was his brother's criminal history, and these are not open cases. So let's get down to the thing where people start calling loose cannon snitching court. right? His attorney went in there, and his mission was to prove that all of these counts was not Luce Cannon's counts. These are counts, these are charges from the past that they didn't, niggas that went to jail did time for, they over with. They're not open cases. So if the attorney was mentioned in the court that, yo, these cases aren't Tremaines, they're Chermaines or whatever it's the other brothers, right? It's not snitching. Let's clear that up. That's not snitching. It's just saying, hey, these charges that you putting on me, that you saying is part of my past criminal history, criminal record, they not mine. They my brothers. They can't charge him again because he already did time for it. So that's where that is. Let's clear that up. Okay, the second thing I seen was the outburst, they say in the courtroom. Eddie Boy, I believe, was in the courtroom. And you know what, matter of fact, I'll call Eddie Boy. Let's see what he say, because he was there. 600 told me what Eddie Boy said. I'll get Eddie Boy on the phone and see what was said. I believe Luce Cannon said something about, why is he here? I don't with dude. The courts told him it's open to the public. He could be here. I believe it was another lady in there that looked fairly normal, but I believe she may have been a federal investigator. Somehow they pulled Eddie Boy out to the hallway. I believe from what I've been hearing, we're gonna call him, that he's been, they were questioning him about if he was recording, and I think from what he says, they were questioning him about something else, like pressing charges or something. I'm gonna get him on the phone, let him tell it, and see what he was saying. So I don't know if when 600 was saying, referring to that, saying maybe the outburst caused them to pay Eddie Boy some attention. I don't know if the private investigator lady, I think I was told, I don't know if the private investigator lady thought she saw Eddie Boy recording and pulled him out. I don't know if, no, I don't believe Sharice said it. I don't know if Luce Cannon's attorney said it. I don't know how they got him to the hallway. Well, somehow Eddie Boy ended up in the hallway. I don't know if it was because of the outburst. I don't know if Eddie Boy was a POI, person of interest. I don't know. We're going to get him on the jack and see. But let's clear one thing up. Listen, man, let's keep it real. When a person's sitting down with me at my table and I start off promoting their music, promoting who they are, promoting what they're doing, what they asked me to promote, that's what I'm going to start off talking about. On Clubhouse, YouTube, podcast, right? Unless you're doing some type of line by line questioning type of thing, you never know where it's going to go. Period. You don't know where the conversation is going to go. And, Luce did a great job. He was, I think I might have asked him about, what was in the reality show. And he kind of like talked about certain things, what was in the reality show. And this would led to the cease and desist that Big Q's Legal sent to not only Adam, but they sent it to Luce Cannon as well. I believe we exposed that on Clubhouse, on the other side of Clubhouse. I might have the phone call to where we called the attorney's number to see if she was real. She, in fact, was real, right? I think after the fact, people try to claim it was fake. It was a fake cease and desist. But as we see, if the people wanted from Adam, it was definitely authentic. For Adam to take it down, to have his legal contact these people and to see what it is, it was definitely authentic, right? Now you ask yourself, why would he want to take him down? Well, it could be for several reasons. One, it's not a good look on his name and his brand. It was pertaining to Nipsey Hussle. Two, it could be a lie, which is considered slander, right? That's pretty much the top reason on why a person would file something like that to take it down, right? Nevertheless, it came down. We was promised to see it in the reality show. If I'm not mistaken, Urban Flicks was served with the same cease and desist. So Urban Flicks edited out this segment it was supposed to come out of. This is what I was told. I'm only saying some truth to it because I did see 2 of those 3 cease and desist. One that went to Luce Cannon and one that went to Adam. I never saw the third one, but if 2 of them went out, I gotta believe it was a third one that went out.
So much for being fresh. If the Fed's watching, I made it 41 years into this life before I had involvement, conversation with federal agents.
As Luce telling this story, I'm gonna be real. I don't give a what Luce saying. I'm gonna keep it all the way solid. That's what Luce saying. Anybody come up there, they gonna say what they gonna say. Adam gonna say what he gonna say. That Luce Cannon, and I can speak for him, is his own man. He's gonna say what he wanna say, how he wanna say it. And that's it. I'm not here to gauge or judge what I'm talking about. If I think it's cap, I'm gonna tell you my mind is cap, and I'm gonna ask the questions around the cap. That's it.
All right, y'all, there it is, man. If you follow the channel, you know. I say this is all entertainment, 90%. 10% is reality. That reality has to be dealt with from time to time. This is one of those times. So, 10 years younger, not really 10 years younger. 20 charges, really 2 charges. That's 10%. So, is his brother really the quote-unquote loose cannon? I don't know, man. His bail's denied. We got Eddie Boy involved. He got tossed out. So, all we can do is report on it, keep you posted. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. The Wild Wild West. Here we go again. It's your boy, The Answer, man. We out till next time.